La, la, la. La, la, la. She ready. Oh, just look at her glow. She ready. Yeah, she's standing up tall. Ready. Confident and bold. She ready. Never gonna back down. She ready. Ooh, yeah, she wearing that crown. She ready. Ooh, she ready. She walking and talking, no faking, creating.
Hello, my love muffins and enchiladas. Happy Monday. It is Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition, and I'm here with your daily guidance, your daily spiritual message, your daily reflection on this beautiful Monday, or whenever you are watching this video. Just know that whenever it finds you, my love, that is when it's meant for you. Time does not exist. It is never too late. It is never too early. The only thing that matters is right now in this moment, because in this very moment is where all your power lies. And what is that power, you say? What is that power? What is the power that we have? That is our birthright. We came into this world with it, okay? And it is the power of choice. Okay? Your free will, the power to choose. In this very moment is how you move away from the past, how you leave whatever needs to be left behind. It served its purpose. You thank it and send it on its way. And how in this moment, it's how you come into everything of who you are and you create the life that you desire. How you can make a conscious decision to physically choose to live the life that you desire. It all begins with the choice. And only you can make that. Okay? So, my loves, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it because I attempted to make this video like 2 times and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into it. In this moment, guys, what we are experiencing, just what's going on within the planets, what's going on currently right now in this energy, in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. There are things that you have asked for, okay? Things that you have asked for, things that are literally written on your heart, the desires of your heart, things that you have asked for when it comes to love, when it comes to finances, when it comes to yourself, when it comes to anything. And I really feel in this moment, whatever is transpiring, did I say that word right? I hope I did. I pray I said that right. Whatever is happening in your life, guys, please forgive me. Listen, I'm gonna warn you right now. Okay, these messages are going to be very interesting, because I have took it upon myself to do a massive fast. Okay, and I love to do these, occasionally. I think the last one that I did was for like 6 days. No. The extreme is the most extreme I did was for 6 days. Usually I do it for 3 days and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But I've been pushed the limit and my soul is asking me to do a water fast. And all that consists of, guys, for me is that I do not eat anything. I just drink water and I try to drink the water with a lot of like electrolytes and all that good stuff and high pH, all that balanced things. Good. Okay. Or nonetheless, Zephyr Hills. Okay. And I don't eat anything. I don't do anything. Fruit, nothing. Just water. And I've been guided to this time around be mindful of what I, listen to. And also just really, because I love my music. It doesn't even matter. I just love music. But I'm going to replace it with affirmations and just really like throughout the day, all day. That's what I'm going to be consistent of. So this is going to be interesting, okay? And I'm already seeing like, dang, day 1. Like it's intense, Anyways, it's a beautiful intense, like spirit really do be speaking like all the time, guys. Like it's just like seriously all the time. And anytime I do these massive these water fasts, or I just I do this because I feel like right now, just how the energy is, um, this is what I'm being called to do. And sometimes, like, I'm a Sagittarius. Sometimes I don't even know why Spirit is telling me to do something, but I've just gotten so good that I'll just do it. Like, I don't even need to know like everything. I'll just do it. And I remember last time I did something, and massive is this, like, so much change in my life happened for the better. And I really feel like if you're being called to like do something, like maybe listen to some affirmations, or just like work out, or just like change your eating habits, or, lessen the sugar some, or, drink some more water, or, like start doing some rituals. I don't care if you're being guided to read a book, whatever your intuition is asking you to do. I'm telling you, definitely listen to yourself, because there has been some things that you have asked for in your life that you desire, okay, and they are very much yours. And now that you have planted the seed, that you have asked, okay, the path that you are meant to take and walk, and things that you're meant to do is showing up, okay? And it can be intense, okay? Because I really feel like in this moment, in this beautiful Monday, or whenever you're watching it, you're being asked to come out of your comfort zone. Okay? You're being asked to go against something that you have thought was the correct way, or how the things needed to go, or what you needed to believe, and you're being asked to walk away from that. Okay? And that can be intense. That can bring up anxiety. That can bring up so much. But what I want to let you know, what the divine laid on my heart for the beautiful soul that is watching, me included. And I'm telling you, I would never tell you guys to do something. Do something that I haven't tried, gave it a try, did myself. But I'm letting you know, there are desires, there are things that you have asked for that are very much yours. And how, as you can see from this title that the divine gave me, the important message that your soul wants to let you know, that it is really time for you to step into a space of being the rebel with a cause when it comes to your life. And I really want to elaborate and explain more on that. If you look at beautiful people, y'all know I love Jesus. I love the teachings of Jesus. I love the blood of Jesus. Like, I love Jesus. Yes, you was. So I really took the time to study and, go deep and just look at, the life of Jesus, and just, the things that happen. But you can apply this to anybody. Look at Martin Luther King. Hope I said that right. Okay. Look at all the greats, like people that, like, whether spiritual or anything, that really left a mark, their name still rings, to this day. Their legacy still lives. Like, people are still practicing different things the way that they do. And I brought those two up because whoever is watching this video, you came to this earth, this particular planet. We came down from heaven, the ethers, wherever that is, to experience. I believe, as earth is a place of learning. So many experiences, so many lessons, so many things that we're overcoming, conquering, rising from. But you came here to experience love. Love. What is love? Love is a lot of things, but when you think of love, what comes? I know it brings some warm goosiness inside of you. I know it just makes all these mushy feelings. I know it just brings all this excitement. I know it just, like, it's expansion, and just endless. Like, love is all. Love is just so much. You can't even literally just say what it is exactly. Okay? Love is a feeling, but if I had to, like, give a word, I would just feel like love just feels like fulfillment. It just feels like understanding. It just feels like meaning. It just feels like purpose. Those are just some of the names that just come to my mind when I'm thinking about love. And you came here to experience love in its highest form in every area of your life. Every area of your life. In your relationships. Okay? All right? Whether it's family that you grew up with, friends that you met, soul family, it don't matter. You got some kind of connections, people that you know that you call on to. It's like, oh my God, like yes, I don't people that you haven't even physically seen. Because I've met so many people just really flowing in my purpose and guided intuition. Like I love y'all. Like oh my God, like can I just like fly everybody out and we just get into a place and we just like so many people that I haven't even tangibly laid eyes on. But spiritually connected with you on such a deep level that you are forever my family. You beautiful souls that pour your heart out to me, that share your intimate secrets, your stories with me, like the ones that are that you're trying every single day, and not even just trying, making a conscious decision to love yourself, to know your worth, to pursue your dreams every single day, to love you, to show compassion towards you, to clean up your shit because you see it, you know, making that conscious decision like I love you and I'm so honored and thankful that we get to experience this journey together. I'm so happy because I need you to know just as much as I have made an impact in your life, you have made one in mine. And I'm so happy. I'm so thankful for that. Okay? And you came to do it in your finances. You came to experience love in its highest form in your finances, waking up doing something that you love every single day, getting paid to be you, to travel the world. This is why you go to work, so you can pay your bills, so you can experience and you can, do all these things. And what if, as I said that, y'all, it was 11:11. What if I told you the magical secret that you can do that, have all that money to do all that stuff, and just wake up every day and be happy doing something that you love? Like that's a real thing. It's not like you don't got to be going to the job like, oh my God, I gotta go here again. Like, oh my God, you waiting on Friday to get here. So you know what I'm saying? No, like you can be happy Monday through Sunday. Like, oh my God, you can't wait to get up and go to work. I can't wait to get up and speak to you beautiful souls. I can't wait to see my soul clients and help you, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, heal and mend and be and experience and see like every single day. Oh my God. And this is why I'm saying this, because I always seen people have businesses, but like businesses that weren't like really like bringing in any like financial stability. That was my thing. I never knew, like, you could have a business, you can do certain things, but like to really have a business and like really like bring in the cheddar, the bacon, like, whatever. Like, I just didn't think that was real, you know what I'm saying? Like, honest to goodness. And to really come into the point where that's a real thing, like, what? Like, no, like real thing. That was mind-boggling to me, but it's very much real. It is a real thing. And then you came here to experience love in its highest form within your love partnership, be it a marriage, be it, a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't care, whatever it is. You came here to experience love in its highest form. Okay? And a path has been shown to you of how to attain that. Now, the thing is, the path that has shown up to you and showed you how to obtain these things, whatever it is, that does not look like nothing that you thought that path was going to look like. It doesn't look like anything that you thought it was going to be. Okay? And what I mean by that, one of the things that I'm going to be, I'm just seeing how, if I want to do it, if I want to like really talk you guys through and just really let spirit flow and just channel, or do I want to use cards? Because one of the things that I've, seen, just as far as love, and let's say love in your partnerships and love in, like a relationship. Some down the way, we have like kind of like romanticize, I'm gonna probably fuck this word up, toxicity. Like for whatever reason, we think that like to really have love at its highest form that you gotta like work for it, that you gotta like earn it, that you gotta like you gotta like put up with cheating and lying and manipulation and all of these things, and that's what love is. Love is not like everything that love is, that feels good, like all those like little stereotypes. I've seen like this meme like floating around, and I'm like, this is so toxic. Like why can't you wake up every day in a relationship and be happy? Why can't you wake up every day and like never be tired of this person? Why can't you why does it have to be strife? The only thing I said when I get married, the only thing I want to argue about is, like, what are we going to eat and what color are we going to paint this wall? You get what I'm saying? Like, why can't it be like that? Why does it have to be so hard? Why does it have to be so obtainable? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be that? And I've seen beautiful relationships. Like I love Sierra and Russell, but some people say, oh, she runs over him, and oh, this just isn't, it's just not believable, it's not tangible, it's not real. I look at my favorite author, my poet, Sin and Samantha, R and Sin. Y'all done seen all his quotes, like, and y'all know he from Tampa. But anyways, he has millions of followers on Instagram, and he only follows his wife now, but at the time was his girlfriend Samantha. And they share their relationship openly, and you know what I'm saying? Like they share. And my thing is that their dynamic works. There's no toxicity. There's no lying. There's no cheating. There's no manipulation. But if you hear their story, he went through a season or a time where he had to go within and heal some of those wounds before he could really show up. And she had to go within and heal some of those wounds before she could really show up. You get what I'm saying? Now, with all of that being said, this brings me to experience love in its highest form in every area of your life. You have to be a rebel with the cause. And what is the call? What is the cause? I refuse to believe that damn lie. I refuse to believe that to live in peace and harmony, to have financial freedom of its caliber that you desire it to. Like, you didn't see other great people do beautiful things in the energy of love. I refuse to believe that is unattainable. That's not realistic. That's just a myth. That doesn't really happen. I refuse to believe those things. So that's your cause. You are literally here to show the world, to show people the way that yes, this is attainable. And it doesn't have to be in toxicity. It doesn't have to be in negativity. This is why, one of the things is, if this is not your journey, that's definitely fine. But I'm going to talk about it because it's my journey. And that's one of the things that I'm embracing as being, in the twin flame community, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't want to be socialized with it, because it's just so, when you hear of twin flame, it's just so many beautiful things, but it's just so much negativity and just they just all these things attached to it, codependent, like you're just letting somebody lay over you and do the most. And I'm like, wow, yeah, like, oh, no, that was like in my marriage, before I was aware of who I was. Yeah, I let that situation just walk over me completely. And you hear me say, I let that situation, because I subjected myself to that. You get me? I subjected myself to that because I was unaware of my power. And at any moment that I can say, yeah, nope, we're not doing this anymore, So, I just didn't want to socialize myself, with that. But then I realized when I really started to break it down, what happens, the twin flame journey, it's always what I desired in love. I always wanted, you ever heard that meme, like, give me a me and I'm gonna be so good? Like, I've always, like, wanted a connection like that. And one of the things that, with the twin flame journey, that I realized that anybody can really, you don't have to define yourself on this journey to really get that in, but it really puts yourself first. And Charlotte explained it so much good with the 1111 portal. Sometimes, if you want to heal anything, meditation truly is the way to transmute any energies, to heal, to be reminded of who you are. You get what I'm saying? And it's for free. But like she said, and I've heard it too with beautiful clients that, my soul clients, and I'm like, well, why don't you meditate? And that is literally, they say, because I don't have time to sit down, and just say, be quiet. I don't care whatever you were meditating, even whatever you believe spiritually, finding a meditation for whatever you believe spiritually. It don't matter. YouTube got them all, honey. It ain't nothing. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to do something like foreign. You can even meditate with something that you believe spiritually. But the most common denominator, like she said, is that we don't have the time. Like, I don't have the time to do that. And what's crazy is you wouldn't say that to your kids. You wouldn't say that to your partner. You wouldn't, nor your partner, like Charlotte said, for like a whole week and say, well, I don't really have time for you. I don't really have time to, take you to school and feed you if your kids and stuff. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that to your job. No, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure, because it's certain things you got to do. You have to be held to a certain standard. The thing is, but you're saying, F yourself. You're saying, yeah, I don't have time for myself. I don't have time. When you don't put yourself first, when you don't, honor your heart and honor your intuition and honor what your soul is asking you and honor what you feel is right for you, you are doing that same thing to yourself that you wouldn't do to your kids, that you wouldn't do to, some prior engagement that you were passionate about. You wouldn't do it. So it's time to really be passionate about yourself. And that is what the twin flame journey really, I want to say modifies for me. Because as we know, like attracts alike. So when you get that energy about yourself, when you love yourself, when you go, you're going to attract a partner like that. Okay? So with being to be a rebel with a cause is going to require you to really come into that energy of myth busters. And it's like, and instead of looking at the twin flame journey of the way that I was looking at it, I came into it, I was like, you know what, wow, I'm going to really stand in my light, hold space, stand in my power, and show this journey in a whole nother light. Because to everybody it's different. I don't know why we're going here, but anyways, that is what your soul is really asking you to come into, to be a rebel with a cause. Look at, I love Jesus because I love the teachings of Jesus. Jesus really flowed in unconditional love. He sat with people and did things that people were like, we don't do that here. What you sitting with them, quote unquote, sinners? I'm just going through the story, guys. What you doing this and that? You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus didn't care. He dared to be different. He dared to be the rebel with a cause. He dared to bust the myths, to silence it. And that's the role that you have to come into in this current moment in your life. We even look at Martin Luther King, like everybody back in that time was like, violence, but no matter how many people hit him and did all this thing and even assassinated him, like he would not fight fire with fire. He wouldn't do it. That man really flowed in the energy of love. And though it may have looked weak and it may have looked, oh my God, he's never going to get anywhere. Look at where we're standing now because of that. Okay? So what you have to do is, I know that it's been done this way, or, this thought pattern or this belief. But what you're doing, be a rebel with the cause to decode, to strip that off, remove that, deprogram that. Stand in your truth and show a way. Be the like dare to be different. Be the first in your family, in your situation, and in your mindset. So you know what? Yeah, that's always been done this way, but no, I'm desiring to do it this way and going with it. Even though that may seem like the craziest thing, trust yourself enough. Trust yourself enough. But that is truly the energy that you're shifting into, that you're becoming. You are the rebel with the cause. Okay? And to experience love in its highest form in every area of your life. I'm talking about stuff that like people don't like honestly, this is why it's good, you know what I'm saying? To surround yourself with what you want to be like, inspired to be like, and just really listen to yourself, because sometimes your dreams and what you desire when it comes to love and what you desire when it comes to finances, they're not going to understand that, because at the end of the day, they can't perceive that. Their mental state hasn't gotten there yet. And it's not to judge, but it's for somebody needs to hear this to understand. You can't take your $10 million dream to somebody that's used to working on a $100 budget. You can't say, I just want a love that feels good, like, that really mirrors me and just really loves me how I love me, when in your family, you've just seen people getting by, people accepting the bare minimal, just staying together when it ain't even no other reason to stay together. Because, ain't nobody really happy. It's just out of ties of, loyalty, or ties of, just because it's the way it was, or just because this is what everyone says it should be, you know? And when I say be the rebel, because the rebel, the sacred rebel, be the sacred rebel with the cause. It goes against the norm. It goes against what everybody else may be doing, but that path is not for you. You're meant to walk your path, and whatever that path is. All right? So, my loves, that's what I just got on an intuitive level, and I really wanted to share that with you guys, because mystical, magical, beautiful, delicious things are unfolding in your life, okay? And you're to a point where you got to really go over make some decisions internally first, because that's how it manifests on the outside. It first must come from within, okay? That is going to bring you more deliciousness into your life. But those decisions can be a little scary. It can be intimidating, because it's requiring you to really turn into the sacred rebel. It's really asking you to remember who you are. That you are one of the greats. Though you inspire and you find inspiration in everything, but not for you to forget that you too are amazing. Okay? So, what I wanted to do is, just get, what's the rebel of a cause? What does that mean, Spirit? What are we doing here and there? What is that? So, and as I was shuffling, these cards came out. So we're going to definitely clarify some tarot. But first, this card came out first. Okay, guys? And it says, Sweet Soul Rising. And when I just look at this card, it's just this sweetness about it. And all this blue. I really feel like, blue to me represents the throat chakra. It's all about your truth. That's what I see in this card. And the more that you live in your truth, the more that you are being authentic to yourself, the more that your soul is rising, but not just soul rising, sweet soul rising. Oh, that sweet in front of it. Oh, it just makes it feel so much better. And the more that you stand in your truth, the more that you really be who you are, your core, the more that you are in alignment with Source, God, Jesus, Allah, the universe, all of the above, and so much more. the more that you rise, the more that you ascend out of whatever darkness, whatever you were in, the more that you come out of it. And that could be like in a job that just isn't what it is anymore. That could be, in a relationship that isn't what it is anymore. That could be you stuck in your mental. We get so stuck up in here and our mental space sometimes. But the more you connect with your truth, the more you arise. The more the beauty will unfold on your path. The more you'll know who you are. The more you'll know your worth. You are currently having an ascension right now. Whether that you're new to this, whether you're familiar with it, you're embarking on a new journey. Your spirit wants you to know that you are rising, that these changes that you have made, that you are internally making, all right, preparing yourself for, because there's a big shift. There's a big shift coming. Major shift coming. Spirit wants you to know that is truly the path. That is truly the voice of God. That is truly the voice of the divine. Look at this. You see all this white here going into this light? Like this is what it is. You're on the right path. I know that it may feel a little sticky, but it's just because you are the rebel with the cause. You're going against something that, was your norm, but you realize that it really wasn't your norm. It's not who you truly are at your core. There was no truth there. What the truth was, I won't say there's no truth there, because whatever happened helped you to define your truth and discover your truth. And now it's time to arise. Sweet soul rising. Okay? Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I just feel like somebody's just becoming aware. You're aware of something. And this awareness, sometimes awareness can be a little tricky. Sometimes it can feel so good. When you have that aha moment and then it just continues, or you come through a situation where you have a tower moment and that shit just like what? It breaks everything down. But then as you rise, you just realize, wow, now I see why this had to happen. Now I see why it had to go the way that it went. Okay? And I'm also feeling like, for some, this is what the things that you have asked for. The path is very clear, but it's going to take you to really stand in your truth and be a rebel with the cause. All right? And I keep being guided for spirit to say sacred rebel, because sacred is something between you and the divine. Can't nobody else tell you about this. It's for you and the divine. Okay? And I want to read this card to you. It says, sweet soul rising. You may feel lost in your own thoughts and feelings. This is the sweetness of surrender into another world. It is a time to dream, to wonder, not to be clear and sharp right at this precise moment. If you have a clear plan, let it become soft and feel your heart open to allowing whatever may be. We might believe that it is through tough actions and dramatic assertiveness that we make our way through the world. Yet sometimes the sweetness of the soul rises, and instead we can flow gently with the current of the cosmos ocean, unsure of where we are headed, but safe in the truth that all water naturally returns to the ocean, where they are all wanting to go eventually anyway. So, going back to being the sacred rebel with the cause. It requires you to go against the norm, okay? And really, usually when you're doing, you're in the whole, rebel with the cause, it's really you trusting spirit. It's really you trusting your intuition, not really knowing how this is going to pan out. Is this going to be received? But what you need to know is that when you flow in your truth, all right, that is surrender. That's not trying to compress. That's not trying to, like keep something under. That's not trying to keep something hidden. When you stand in your truth, that's a form of surrender. It is what it is. One of those kind of notions. You really have to come into that energy when you are being called to be the sacred rebel with the cause. It is what it is. Allow these chips, the chips go, let the chips fall where they may, or whatever that saying is. And it says, you can use your own efforts to swim to your destination against the current at times, or you can float on the sweet love of your own soul as it enjoys the privilege of getting to know itself as one with the divine. This oracle brings the guidance now. Surrender and flow. This is not the time to assert your will and try to make things happen. No matter how much you may want to or believe that you should, there is something bigger happening, and everything is going to turn out perfectly according to a far larger plan that includes your well-being too, beloved. Sometimes we have to let go of our expectations about how the bigger plan will be achieved and just let it happen, trusting that it will actually take place even without us striving to make it so. This is one of those times. Now, maybe just doing that, surrendering, not trying to control every detail, how something happens, when it's going to happen, maybe that's far-fetched for you, okay? And to really come, and just for you to even come into that energy, for you to just really to surrender, is you being a rebel with a cause, because that goes against every internal belief system that you have. That's what I'm hearing in this very moment. Get into surrender mode. Maybe being the rebel with the cause, you're like, Tori, I get what you're saying, but you don't understand my life. Like, that's just not what it is. Spirit is letting you know. You don't have to control it. You don't have to make it happen. Simply allow it. Plant the seed. I surrender the divine to your plan. Okay? The plan that me and you decided upon my life before me coming here. Okay? And notice I said you and the divine, not anybody else. Not you, the divine, and Tori. Not you and the divine and whoever else. Not you and the divine or nobody else. You and the divine. You and the divine know that plan. Okay? I can merely say things to get you to remember that plan that you and the divine talked about. But that's it. Okay? And then we have the ancient ones across the waters. So like I told you, you're going into sacred territory here. You're going into, I want to say, forbidden land, going with the flow then took you to a path that you like, what? No, we got to turn this thing around. No, you're trying to swim up, trying to get off your feet from floating, and trying to direct a wave back to a place, back to, what's the norm, back to something. But listen, this is the norm. The unknown for you is the norm. the unknown. Okay? I like to call it my endless ocean of grace. You can't wrap your mind around grace. You know, there's no right, there's no like, grace is endless. So that's why you can't wrap your mind around it. It's endless. And you, my love, all right, by things that you have asked for, just the way that your life has, whatever has happened, all right, you have flowed in the endless, limitless ocean of grace. Okay? And I know this territory that you're walking on, it's a little nervous. You're a little out there. Again, with all the blue, my throat chakra wants to close up on me. And then we have the green and the yellow, the confidence to really listen to your heart. The confidence to really, step into, your truth. And one of the things is, I want to let you know, and this is Tori, okay? Like to throw myself out there. I've gotten good at really, this whole rebel with a cause thing. Just really listening to the divine, the voice inside of me. And as of recently, there's been this one thing that, the divine has shown me and it's told me and keeps on letting me know. Like, I know it looks like, I know it doesn't look like what I said, but I'm telling you, trust me. Trust me, Tori. I got this. I got this. And I'm just like, you sure? Because I'm trying to tangibly find, like, put some things together. Like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. And this is when you have to come into that sacred rebel. Because I'm pretty sure those beautiful greats, and I like the ancient ones. Oh, can I get it? Can I get it? Let's see. You see, like, you right here, okay? And then you see all, like, the ancient ones. You're the great and the greats that came before you. I'm pretty sure when they came into that sacred rebel energy and mode, they were unsure of a lot of things. But this is when you have to throw logic out of the window and really listen to the words that the divine is writing on your hearts. Because to come into a place of spirit anyway throws, it's not logic. Because you can't, it's not tangible. You can't see it. You can't place it. You can't map it when it happened and how it happened. So you have the first part, right? You believe in spirit. You believe in God. You believe in the divine. You believe in the universe. You believe in Allah, Buddha. Oh, all of the great, beautiful souls. Okay? That you can't tangibly, physically see. You can go to a place to meet and see. Well, and sometimes I do be seeing them tangibly. So I don't want to say that because it just depends on what gift you operating in. But y'all know what I'm trying to get at. Like, it goes against logic anyway. To be a spiritual being, quote unquote, goes against logic. So, you're being called across the waters. Right here. And I'm pretty sure all the greats that came before you, you great one, had this same, they had this moment where they had to make the decision. Are you going to fight it? Are you going to run from it? Or are you just going to go with the flow, allow what to happen happens? Are you going to stand in your truth, speak your truth, do what it is that the divine is placing on your heart, even though it seems like it's crazy and it goes against everything you were ever taught? Everything that you ever believed? Are you going to listen? Go across the waters. All right? Have the confidence to listen to your heart. Even though you looking at it like, you know what, that don't make no sense. How does that, how spirit? Because I be doing that sometimes. Like, how spirit? How? No, don't you see what I'm seeing? That ain't what it is. But you're looking with your natural eyes, and it's time for you to go into your spiritual eye. where the impossible becomes possible. Okay? Across the waters. Okay? And when you do that, and when you come into that, look at this. This is what's going on. The first light, beginning a new cycle, closing out old until a new cycle can begin. Okay? First light. You know, maybe you've closed out some cycles. You closed out some ways of the way that you thought, and and you're really, you said, okay, here I am. All right, I'm doing it. And now you are ascending the mountain, and that mountain, can be a bit tricky. I'm sorry guys if you didn't see first light. Okay? You're doing a new thing. And this is what Spirit has been prepping us and telling us about. We're doing a new thing here with this first light. Ascending the mountain. I know that, it looks far off. I know that it looks far-fetched. I know that you probably understand, how can I do this? How can we do this? How can it be this way? Like, yeah, I don't think, maybe not this lifetime, maybe the next one. We go through all these things like, it's just like, I'll give an example. I'll give it very loosely. There has been certain things, where I'm working with certain clients, and you can apply this in any life, because sometimes you'll get like, shown like, this person and that person, and this opportunity and this business plan, and this love interest, and you're like, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't really know about that. And it's kind of when I'm doing like certain things with the client, or even just a beautiful soul that I'm talking with, and Spirit's like, you know what, Tori, say this and say that and say this, tell them this. I'm like, hell no, that's crazy. I'm not about to say that. That's why you said, like, seriously. I'm like, you know what? And it gets to the point, I'm like, no, no, no. And I just hear this voice just get louder and louder. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not saying that. No, no, no. Like, I go back and forth myself. No, 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 I'm not saying that. And needless to say, I always get to that point, and then I know I'll just say, fluff it. And then I'll just, give the message, do it, just say what it is, just, what, this is what it is. I'm just going to say it. And I'll just leave it alone. Like, wow, I know that's going to go left. I don't even, because it's just what I'm being told to say and speak. I'm like, yeah, no, there's no way they're going through that. Like, Spirit, you don't see what I'm seeing. Look what I'm looking. Like, they're not worried about that. Like, I'll literally do that. And then turns out, it's like, clockwork. It really was what Spirit said, and what was going on, and what I was, feeling. And in life, sometimes this is why it's important for you to stand in your truth, and you to, just really strengthen that trust with yourself, because your intuition is going to tell you certain things. But if that bond of you trusting yourself, and you really not, you compressing your truth and not really standing in your truth, not really having the confidence, to follow your heart, it's kind of hard to have the confidence to follow your heart when you don't trust yourself. Okay? One of the ways that you can strengthen your relationship with trusting yourself is affirmations, self-love affirmations. Type that in the YouTube search engine. All right, it's going to be a 30-minute one come on by Jason. I love him. It's always going to come up. Probably got like a lot of views on it. I'll probably put like a good about 100,000 of views on there. But anyways, listen to that. And I actually link it down below. But honestly, anyone that you desire to listen to, and you'd hear it repetitively, listen to it in the morning for 31 days, in the morning when you get up, and in the morning night when you go to sleep. So you can start to build that relationship with yourself, so you can start ascending the mountain, so you can really listen to the thing, because you're being guided to keep going forward. I know the part that you're on, it's tricky, because maybe what you see, like, you're just seeing like this long, like, what the image is, just for you to get over to that mountain. Sorry guys, what you have to cross, what you have to go through, what it is, it just don't look like that's something you should probably take a chance on. But guess what? Most rebels, you see that? We don't think about that shit. No, 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 sir. Mm-mm. We just do it, okay? We just do it. So I really feel you need to be just remember who you are. You are the great one, and you have the greats that came before you to help guide you. Spirit is always available. Simply ask. Simply go into a meditation with your spirit, guys. With spirit, all right, you can do a guided meditation. YouTube is the plug, okay? And if you're new to meditating, okay, I know, listen, I know that it's a little out there, it's a little scary. Before I was really familiar, and I've always deemed myself as like spiritual because, you know, like I told you, I grew up in church. But when I came to meditate, that was a whole nother ball game, because you have to understand, I was programmed to believe that meditating, you know, and doing that was of the devil. I was programmed, and like when I would meditate, y'all, I used to feel something around me. Have you ever felt like an energy around you, like you when you close your eyes? Like I used to meditate with all the lights on in the house. I think I'm gonna do an in-depth story to really help people that suffer with that, because that's a real thing. And I didn't even notice until like that thing just disappeared. And I realized the whole time that was the divine around me that whole time. You get what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. So I understand, but just keep going. If you're having a problem with meditating and it just freaks you out, you know, really, you really can't concentrate. It's really like, okay, like you find yourself thinking about what you're going to eat, what you about to wear, and what is such and such doing. It's okay. Just keep going through it. It's totally fine. Okay. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. You're ascending a mountain, and Spirit is saying just keep doing it. Whether it's in your career, you know, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, Spirit is saying keep doing. Even if it's in love, you know, keep going forward. Keep, you know, coming out of your box, opening that heart, having the confidence to open that heart, to share that heart, you know, to mend that heart. Okay? Look at that. We have shout to the heavens with happiness, embracing enthusiasm. Hope I said that word. You know, getting exciting, because listen, keep going for it and you're not going to regret it. I promise you. What deems as darkness, what deems as, oh my God, not again. Like really, like, ugh, all that work, I promise you, it's going to pay off. And this is why you have to be the rebel, the sacred rebel with a cause, because what you're going against, you are literally deprogramming, moving away from ancestral ways of thinking, being, seeing, acting. The first in your family to dare to be different and come out of it and heal those ancestral wounds. And, you know, like, come on, that's a lot. But I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Okay? Because I really feel like somebody is guiding that, like no pressure on you. That's why I surrender to the flow. Answering the call. The time is now. This is why, you know, even with me and just standing in my purpose, you know, to answer the call. Answering the call is a choice. Okay? I'm going to be real honest with you. You don't have to answer the call. You don't. You do not have to answer the call. You don't have to answer the call. You don't. And I really feel like with you answering this call, that you're hearing Spirit tell you the path that you're being guided to walk. It's very different, because you see this person is leaving their home, leaving their comfort zone, going out into the unknown. Like even the deer's like, wow, she's really about that life. Answering the call. You don't have to. You have a choice. And what I realized is where I was before I decided to answer the call in depression. And then even if not in depression, didn't know myself, very, you know, just very all over the place, just very, you know, I'm stuck in this level of poverty mindset, because everything starts in the mind. Just very, you know, just dysfunction, you know, was around me. Hurting, pain. I mean, I was in a marriage, for 8 years. And in the 8 years, wait, 2 years after being married, 2 years, I knew it was time for me to leave. But I had stayed in the marriage for 8 years, y'all. So how long did I stay? Let's see. Shit, 6 years, knowing that this was not the person that I needed to be with, knowing that this was not good for my mental state, physically. I mean, I was just eating my feelings away. I knew, I knew 2 years after people like, yeah, honestly a year, but like 2 years, it was sound. All the signs and wonders were there. You get what I'm saying? And when I'm bringing that scenario is because there was a call like, leave. You deserve better. There's so much more out here for you. I understand that, you thought this was this way. You want to be loyal. You want to give it a try, but you've given it try after try. And it's just not working. Yeah. And I heard the call all the time, and I didn't answer it. I stayed in what I was. And it just, what I was staying in just kept, showing me the evidence of what I was, the choice that I was making. I was choosing to stay in that. And when I say that, I mean, I knew it was time to go. However, I didn't have the confidence to go. So that's what I was, that was very present. Lack of confidence was very present in my energy field, in my mind, in my heart. So everything else in my life showed that lack of confidence to really follow my dreams, lack of confidence to really be consistent, lack of confidence to really go the distance, like it showed up in different forms. You get what I'm saying? In all areas of my life, because that was the frequency, that was the energy, that was the space, the time that I was making a conscious decision to stand in, because I was scared to become the rebel with the cause and do that. I'll say it in spirituality. I don't mind, using my examples for myself. But, before I moved away from, before I came into spirituality and moved away from what I was practicing at the time, or I became deeper awakened, I heard a call. I will never forget the call. I got the call on New Year's, and I remember we were at a New Year's party, like a watch party, and I got the call. I just remember everybody was around having fun, everybody was dancing, and it was just like an amazing time. And I just remember what am I doing here? What's the purpose of this? I just remember asking my questions like, I just remember asking myself all these questions like, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this? Why does this exist? Like, I just started asking all of these weird questions that just didn't make any sense to me. Like, what is humans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just went to this place and, what is the purpose of, and those questions just kept getting intensified and more intensified, and just really, and I knew that it was time for me to go deeper, and started to maybe explore these questions, and explore who is God, what is God, and you know what I'm saying, like, why, what's the wrong, and what's wrong and right, like, what is this, these questions started to hammer me, and I'm just trying to no, because what I believed, it's kind of, it was incorrect, to question God and to question certain things. You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy, because God says it, the divine says it, perfectly clear, act, what I'm saying? Like, you're meant to ask questions, so the divine can provide answers. It's very clear, you know, very clear. It's meant to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you'll never know. It says seek and you shall find. But if you don't go seeking is asking questions. Seeking is getting clarity. But if you don't go seek, if you don't seek, you'll never find. So it states it very clearly, yeah, but I knew, and I sat, and then it just got, to the point I was like, you know what? Things just started happening for me, and even in the marriage situation and in with spirituality, where I just say, okay, you know what? You know what? All right, I'm answering the call. The time is now. And I'm going to do this. And I feel like this is, it doesn't have to be that situation. But of course, I always like to give a tangible situation, an experience, that I have experienced, guys, coming to this. But I feel like you're being guided right now to answer the call. The time is now. And I feel like you're getting clear on an internal level. Okay? To come and to be the sacred rebel rebel with a cause when it comes to your life. So let's just clarify. Yeah, the Six of Swords, you're being asked in this moment to walk away, okay, from something, to take a stance for something. And the Six of Swords is all about going, but I feel like you're pushed. You know what I'm saying? When you don't want to go, but like you're pushed to start something new right here with this new beginning, the sweet soul rising. You're being pushed to start something new. You're being pushed, you're being guided. And I feel like you're doing it, but it is a little sorrow. Whatever decision that you have to make right now, it's a little, it's like, dang. But I promise you, look what's on the bottom of this deck. It holds victory. The victory is yours. The Six of Wands. Keep facing forward. Okay? That's what Spirit is saying right now. I know that, sometimes ending things. Listen, because we got the World card. It's all about a new beginning. But in order to a new beginning, a new cycle to start, there first must be an ending. And to begin a new cycle, there's something that you have to end. Okay? And I feel like with look at these major arcana. Stop playing with me. We got the Moon and the Justice. And I feel like with the Moon is all about secrecy or mystery. But no, I don't think that you know what you have to do. But the mystery comes, you don't know the outcome. Okay? You don't know the outcome. You don't like, if you could, like, you would go ahead and do this if you knew for sure that on the other side of crossing the waters, everything was going to be good. This is when you have to listen to your intuition. This is when you have to step out and dare to be different. Dare to, put yourself out there. Dare to trust the divine. Trust yourself. Trust the intuition. And you will have justice. Okay? And justice is all about balancing the scales. You got to open that heart. You got to come into the sacred rebel with the cause. Okay? Sorry, my loves. My camera just totally like cut off on me. But as I was shuffling, these two cards came out and we have answering the call. We have the Queen of Wands and then we have the Five of Swords. So I feel like, there are some internal decisions that you have to make within your heart, within yourself, to really determine, are you going to answer the call? The time is now. And to clarify that, we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, it's all about confidence. And I feel like by you answering the call, it could, for some of you, it could be, some people could walk away from you. I am seeing that, when you make the decisions that, to really answer the call of you and the divine, people could walk away from you. The Five of Swords, people could be in disagreements of it. It could be internal fighting within yourself, fighting yourself with the decisions, to really answer the call. Or just when you do that, things outside may go left. However, remember your power. Come into the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is Leo. It's all about fiery energy, all about, a Leo. Who? Tell the Leo what about themselves? Yeah, that's not going to happen here. Okay? I got Leo in my chart too. So it's like, come into your confidence. To come out of this mental strife of like, scared to like answering the call is going to affect some kind. For somebody, it's a person, it's people, or just, by you really living your truth, you're scared of the opinions, or like doing something that you really want to do. You're just scared that it's not going to bring something in. I feel like this is an internal fight. However, I love the Queen of Wands, and with this cat here, one thing, if anybody has really had cats, I have. Peaches, I had a couple in my day. Cats are very intuitive, okay? Cats are very smart. They're very strategic. A cat just doesn't do shit. You understand me? Where like a dog is more like open and just loyal without, just any reason. Like they'll just, trust anybody. Like a dog will run up on you, and, a cat, they're not going to do that with you. They're very intuitive. They're going to peep you out. They're going to watch, okay? So I really feel like it's time for you to really tap into your intuition and go within and find that confidence just to do it. Okay? You just got to make that decision. You just got to do it. If you've been asking like how do I just go? You just got to make your mind up, surrender. Just say, what, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to just go with it. What's the worst that can happen? You get a no. It doesn't work out. You go back the other way. You figure it out. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're someone scared that it's just not going to work out. If you try your dreams, if you listen to your heart, you're going to mess up what you have. But really, what you have, is it sustainable? Is it really? Nothing new can grow in your comfort zone. And you know what? One of the things is when I, walked away from things, and I bring up with spirituality, and I bring up my marriage, because those were two like, the guy that I was married to, we were like, not even high school sweethearts. Like since when he was 9, he got on his knee and proposed to me with a Cracker Jack ring. Since we were 9 years old, I've been knowing this person. 9. Okay? With my spiritual upbringing in Christianity, like I was just so nervous, so scared. Like I just can't even put it into words, just because of the beautiful souls and people that I love dearly. I had to like say, I gotta go this way. I don't think that this right now has grew me as much as it's going to allow me to grow. And I desire more, and I have to go get that. To people that you love dearly. To people that, when you're at your lowest of lows, you get what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. It doesn't even have to be negative. It doesn't even have to be, like just take the triflingness out of it. Just a situation that, you've just outgrown, and it's time to experience more. That can be scary. But you got to make a decision to answer the call, come into the sacred rebel with a cause. All right? Or do you want to stay in this 5 of energy of what was? What was, when you could refocus on what could be? When you can pick up these 2 cups and start over. Don't be afraid to start over. A lot of being afraid to start over keeps us in some of the most toxic, painful situations. Lonely situations, because we're scared to start over. But in you picking up those 2 cups and moving forward, you're giving hope to the future, to rewrite the past. That's what Spirit just gave me. Okay? So, I love loves, I feel a little heaviness. So what I want to do, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Listen, baby, it's never over. And what you can know, because for some, maybe you feel like you're leaving something behind, but what is for you will never miss you. Okay? And when you move forward, you can rest and sure if it's meant for you, it will find you. It will always find a way to find you. Okay? So let's just see what it is that the divine wants you to know right now in this very moment. Okay? What do you need to know right now in this very moment about being the rebel with the cause? Really? Maybe, stop looking at the past or anything. What would yourself want you to know right now? Okay? It says, I am free and at peace. So say it with me. Declare to the nations. I am free and at peace. I am a free person living in a world that is a reflection of my own love and understanding. My own love and understanding. I am free and at peace. It says, my inner world is peaceful. So this is what yourself wants you to know, how you create that inner peace and that freedom. All right, on an eternal level is by really being the rebel with the cause. Daring to be different. Daring to stand up for love. And being a reflection of that. And just showing that it is truly attainable. My inner world is peaceful. It is safe for me to look within. Each time I look deeper into myself, I will find incredible, beautiful treasures. So again, it begins with you. It all begins with you. It all starts with you, and it all ends with you. Trust yourself. Know that you know what's best for you above all, okay? So I love my love muffin so freaking much. It was such an honor to read for you. Beautiful souls, as always, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and so much peace. Don't forget to go out and hug a tree for you and me. It is raining where I am. Please make sure that you drink a delicious cup of green tea, because I can't have it for a week. So drink your tea for me. Please, can somebody do that for me? Like, can somebody do that for me in a spirit? Or a cup of coffee, and I will love you forever. As always, my loves, I will catch you on my channel.
Others to follow, she blazing.